Wow.
Wow.
Mario's amazing.
Bitrate settings out of recommendations. Less than 40.
Bless you.
Yeah.
The soothing sounds of
Okay, fine. I'll take back my bless you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. You don't need blessed. I know, what's it call it? Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, not bad.
No touch. No touchy. No pokey. Nothing.
Yeah, Clay's off the camera. He's getting ready on his video game wall. So he'll be there in a little bit.
Don't ask me, because I do not.
At least you got VTuber status going. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, we're in 2022 now.
Yeah.
All day.
Yes, my keyboard shut up. Would you rather me not post out to a lot of Discords I'm in?
I don't care.
All right, then. Okay, so we'll just have like no viewers or anything like that. Perfect.
Wouldn't change a thing.
I'm trying here.
No, I know. I'm just messing.
Liar.
With lies.
You're a lies.
Mm.
All right, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, stupid laptop.
Is
Being
it your
stupid.
wireless headphones?
Yeah, no, the issue was with my camera actually, and I was like, what the hell?
Stupid camera, stupidness, stupid.
That's what I'm saying. Computers are dumb, man. Whatever.
Computers.
Computers.
All right, here we go. It looks like we have Umbraus Dark already in the chats. We're waiting for a few more. We see 4 people kind of lurking around, but I'm not going to call them out. You know who you are. But
You know.
welcome. Welcome to...
Sons of bitches.
Yeah. Yeah, not even saying hello. You're not even going to get a Christmas card.
Kind of a douche move, bro. Just
Hey,
saying.
by the way, I did get a Christmas card from Clay. That was actually kind of cool.
How about that?
Who did that?
Who do you think did that?
Well, no, I mean, like, who made it?
She found somebody on Etsy or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
I don't know. Look, man.
Look,
I'm not
I
here.
understand. You just participate, you nod your head, you do the thing, and then you sit back down and play games.
Yeah,
I get it.
must do the things.
But you have to do them, right? Or else bad. Angry
Happy
wife.
wife, bro.
Yeah. Angry wife. You don't get to play.
There you go.
I'm going to grab your link again.
You're gonna grab my what?
You know, baby.
Oh shoot.
All right. All right. Should we go through the intro? Should we do this?
Let's do this.
All right. So let's do this then. Let's get this going. Everyone, welcome. We're about to go through the intro. The hard-earned intro. Is that? We'll talk about it in a second. That Dying Light 2 trailer has some familiar face that I'm not exactly sure if that's who it's supposed to be or not, but we'll talk about it in a second. All right, let's get on with the intro.
It's that time for the most interactive podcast on Twitch with your host, Clay
Let's go on
Brown, our OG mod, Bro, and yours truly on the switchboard. Coming to you from our live studio, Las Vegas, Nevada. It's Game News Live.
Oh, hi, welcome.
Oh hey, back to the
Anyway,
horse
yeah. So we are clearly ready for Game News Live, as you can see. Always.
Oh, yes.
Flawless.
Yep. Finger
Flawless.
on the pulse, if you will. Wiping down through all the muck, making sure we get you the weekly game news. And this week is no exception with the long-awaited game releases, which we only have one this week. But
Dude, we are in gaming drought right now.
But what
It
a
is
doozy,
like-
though, because this one's a long time coming, you know? So let's get
It
started.
is a long time coming.
Let's get started with game releases.
Oh shit.
Serious business.
Wasn't there somebody who used to come in our chat and talk about this game?
Yeah, because
Do
they
you
would be
remember?
like, hey, is Dying Light out? No? Okay, I'll see you later. I don't have time to share your link. Sorry, bye. Goodbye.
Wasn't that was it Dying Light? I thought that was the State of Decay guy.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Oh, yes,
yeah.
okay.
It
I keep
was,
getting those
but
two
we
games
do have
confused.
someone in the Discord, I believe it's Wicked, who has
Yeah.
been dying to play this game for quite
Dying?
some time. He's been dying for the first light of dying.
hey,
Of the two games.
yeah.
Joe Dubs. Hey, is this Battletoads? It is actually. It is. This is the sequel to Battletoads that came out like 2 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is exactly how Battletoads looks now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Battletoads is a.
This is the new turbo tunnel level. This
Oh
is
God!
this is what that looks like.
Please
Yeah.
don't bring up that nightmare. I still have nightmares of it, dude.
Did you ever play the new
remake?
Battletoads that came
No,
out? Yeah.
no. Why did they make fun of it?
No. Actually, it's like there is a turbo tunnel level in it now, but it's like 3D, so it's like coming at you. It's not a bad game at all. Like I would recommend it. The problem it has is like it's a 3-player like co-op, beat 'em up kind of game.
Right.
It's not online, so it's only local co-op,
Yeah.
right? So it's like, hey guys,
What's the point in this day and age?
hey,
Yeah.
lockdown's a thing.
Mhm.
People don't,
Mhm.
By the
Yeah,
way,
exactly.
hey, Cosmic.
Hey, Cosmic made it into the podcast this week, so.
Hey,
welcome.
Cosmic, how you doing? It's been a while.
I wonder what Cosmic's been playing. Probably some first-person shooter right now. Another one. Who
Yeah.
knows? But on the game releases this week, Dying Light 2 is finally making it out. The
Yeah.
pre-orders are open, and
Dying Light, and did you guys play the first one at all?
I played
Nope.
the first one. Yeah. I played it with Wicked and Rage Pants from the Discord.
The Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were all getting pretty high level, and then we were just like, how can we screw this up? And so we did. The story mode is broken, and now all of a sudden we can't trigger things. So
I played a little bit of it when it came out because you know me, it's kind of spoopy,
It's
right? So
spoopy.
I played a little bit when it came out. I love the idea of it, like a big open world parkour kind of zombie game.
parkour.
Parkour. I thought it was cool. As far as an open world zombie game goes, I thought it was like way better done than like when like Dead Island came out.
Oh,
Uh,
God,
Turtle
that game,
Beaches
serious?
stuff.
Turtle Beach.
Was
They
it?
make headphones or something.
Oh no, wait.
Like,
It's
yeah.
what's it called? Something.
Turtle Rock?
Turtle Rock, right?
No, Total Rock is like the Back for Blood people.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
They're like Left 4
Um,
Dead, Evolve, Back for Blood. That's them.
All right,
some-
time to look.
Some dynamic tech thing. I can't remember what it was
I-
called.
I forgot the company who made Dead Island. That game was crap anyway. It
Well,
doesn't matter.
That's proof.
Yeah.
That's proof of
Techland.
what it was.
Techland.
Techland. Something.
If you
tech.
remember, Dead Island had that super badass trailer when it first came out where it was like in reverse and it was totally awesome, but then the game came out and it was just like you're just rifling through luggage all the time.
Well, the trailer was the highlight, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like it did it again. It caught some of that magic again with the second one, with the other trailer where the dude's like literally running on the boardwalk or something like
Yeah.
that, and then
Mhm.
everybody starts turning into zombies. And so it was.
Including-
Yeah, that was. Wait, hold on. If you click the link there, doesn't Techland also make Dying Light?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's from the trailer.
I was like, wait a minute, that totally sounds familiar to me. I was like, isn't that the same company?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So
The
hey,
older game.
hey, so hey, Techland, way to improve. Way to do better, because Dead Island was garbage, and
Yeah.
Dying Light has a big following. So good job.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys heard about this, but this kind of came out like 2 weeks ago. This isn't really like this week's game news, but like when Dying Light 2 was coming out, or when it was like about to release, right? Like it went gold. They said that Dying Light is a 500-hour game, or like Dying Light 2.
Yeah. But it's just
I
all
don't know if you guys heard
repetitive
that or
crap.
not, but it was like, but people kind of lost their minds on the internet. It was kind of funny because people were like, 500 hours? Yeah, hard pass, not buying that game. And then they oh, I'm only kidding. You know, it's like they basically rolled it back super fast and we're like, no. Like if you want to beat the campaign in Dying Light 2, it's going to take you about 20 hours. If you want to like do
Side missions.
extras,
and,
it might be 50 to 80 hours, but if you really want to do everything in the game, you want to do all collectibles, you want to do every side mission, you want to do everything for everybody, that's where the 500 hours comes in.
Right.
Hey,
right.
BK.
Hey, what's up?
But it was
BK?
like, but that 500 hours there, like that scared me, man. I was like I don't. Okay, over the past 5 years, I probably put 40 billion, but like a single player game or even like an online co-op game, 500 hours, dude. That you're dying.
I think
know,
Clay's router's dying.
Yeah.
You need to go check your light twice.
Did you pay your electrical bill?
Make
Your
sure
bill?
make sure it stays
Did somebody
online.
pick up the phone?
I think some Ma!
Get off the phone!
Ma! Oh my goodness. But yeah, I think Clay is learning the lesson about Wi-Fi and gaming and streaming at this point. But
He's terrible.
yep. Maybe if he doesn't do hand gestures, it won't need a buffer too often. Yeah. Turn down the 45th president setting notch to like about 1, and then you should be fine.
How about now?
You should be good.
Don't give your cam too
Yeah.
much to work on
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
How
Easy
about
now.
Is this better?
That Microsoft Surface might be handling too much there. But yeah, you should be good.
Is this... Okay.
Turn it off and turn it back on.
I'm
again.
just gonna close everything. That's not you all. So all right.
I bet you anything he was watching Twitch. He was just
Can you
like,
guys hear me
oh
now?
man.
It probably is the Twitch stream.
Yeah. By the way, something that I did not notice on this.
How about now?
Yeah.
Is this better?
Yeah. It might take a sec.
Okay.
If somebody doesn't notice this, one of the characters on this Dying Light looping trailer is
Mhm.
either Littlefinger from Game of Thrones,
I was thinking that too.
because it looks a lot like him, and then the other one reminds me of the chick from Clerks 2. So I'm not sure if that's intended or if they're part of the cast or whatnot, but I didn't hear that. I didn't even make that connection until now, so I'm kind of hoping that's their star power for Dying Light 2. Because if it is, those
one
are
of
great
them-
actors.
So what you're saying?
It's Rose.
What?
Rosie.
So what you're saying is that
Daria
Dying Light
Dark
takes
Dolphin.
place in the same universe as Clerks 2.
I mean, if it does, it makes sense because they weren't even supposed to be there that day.
So Dying Light is going to have a cameo of Kinky Kelly and the Sexy Stud, is what you're saying.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Goodbye Horses is gonna play at the credits, and yeah.
Sadly, that is not Littlefinger. It's a guy who looks like him.
yeah,
It is not.
yeah. Wicked says Techland clarified in another tweet about the 500 hours. By the way, so he's already correcting
Yeah.
us in Discord,
Mhm.
but he's not here in chat. Like, dude, bro. Dude.
I was trying to explain that, and then I think my laptop died, or somebody picked up the phone, so
Yeah.
I got disconnected.
Or
so,
maybe
Yeah.
somebody started
Whatever.
playing Netflix in 720p, and then all of a sudden,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Oh, snap. Oops, sorry.
But yeah, so Dying
It's
Light 2
painful.
comes out soon. Pre-orders are open. I think they
Next
come
week.
out. Yeah, next
Yeah.
week. So if you've been dying to play that game, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. You might have been
Oh.
waiting for too long, but please stay.
Yeah,
Stay for a while. It'll all be all right.
Yeah.
And we're just all human.
I mean, like, when it comes out next week, make sure you run to get there. Don't be too slow, like a zombie or something.
Oh God.
Make
Yep.
sure you run and leap to the store to go pick up your copy of Dying Light 2.
Yeah.
Parkour if you need. To the electronics store where you buy your games. Maybe some would call it a technology land. Or a tech
Okay,
land,
let's
if you
go
will.
on to
Okay,
the
we're
next
done here.
one.
All right. We're moving on.
So this is gonna be rumor controls. Hey Robert, thank you for joining us. So now we're gonna move into our next segment, which is rumor control, everyone's favorite segment, because usually everything we say is 100% true until it's not. Okay, that's how that works.
Oh, yes.
So get ready for
Absolutely.
rumor control.
Oh dear God. And because we have like a deep booming echo on there, that means it's really true.
Really, really true.
That's like we
proven
just
false.
added we just added more truer to it.
Truer or alternate facts
Wait.
are even also
Yeah.
an option.
Does one of you have a gaming book or something near you? Put your hand on top of it like a Bible.
I think Clay has Ready Player One somewhere lying around.
Yes.
I do on the other side of this wall. It's like I literally have my copy of Ready Player One in the next room. Yeah.
Well, then just pretend you put your hand on it, and
Yes.
that's where we're gonna take this. So
There it is. Yeah.
Yes.
So let's go on with the next one, because Xbox and Microsoft have been killing it. Whatever it is,
Killing.
we don't know what it is, but it's murdering it right now.
We don't even know what it is because it's already dead. There it is. It was there for a little bit, and then it's gone.
Yeah. It
It
was
hasn't
just,
buried.
It's going
There you
places.
go.
yeah.
Jail, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe they're going places.
So PlayStation Infinite, what is this, Clay, and how can we benefit the gamers out of this?
So this is rumor control, right? This just came out yesterday,
Mhm.
and this is like supposedly. We talked about this a few months ago, where PlayStation has their competitor to Game Pass coming soon, right?
Sure.
The code name on this is Spartacus, if you remember, and it was like, oh yeah, this is going to be their version of like PlayStation Plus, adding on PlayStation Now, which is their kind of version of Game Pass already, which is terrible. Because I don't want to open too many links on my laptop, I'm pulling this up on my phone. But yeah, so this article right here, if you guys click on that, it has 3 different plans supposedly, right? So tier 1, which flows across 1, 2, and 3, you're just kind of buying add-ons after that. Online multiplayer, so we know this is already PlayStation Plus, because that's what you're paying for, is online
Right.
multiplayer.
Right.
PlayStation Plus monthly games. So currently Sony gives away 3 games a month. It's usually 2 for PS4 and 1 for PS5. 100 gigabytes cloud storage. I don't even know why they throw that in there, because it should just be unlimited at that point.
Right.
It's just save files. Like, who cares, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's megabytes, you know. SharePlay, which is already included in PlayStation Plus. So you're kind of like, again, they're just kind of giving you, like, tier 1 is probably just PlayStation Plus.
Right.
Member discounts, which comes with that. Game content, PlayStation Plus collection, game help. Game help, I don't, like, is this like the Nintendo hotline? Like, what
I
are we
mean,
doing? You
if
know,
it
like,
is,
yeah.
I don't know who doesn't. Y'all have phones, right?
You guys
Yes.
have smartphones, right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you can ask any opinionated 13-year-old, and they can walk you through it.
yeah.
I could
I
go
mean,
to
just
YouTube and watch a walkthrough.
look, hey
and get
guys,
through it.
GameFAQs.com. Okay,
Please.
it's been around for
Yeah.
like 80 years. GameFAQs.com has been around longer than the internet. So there you go. Tier 2 is all of the same, plus a large catalog of PS4 and eventually PS5 games. That means, more than likely, what that means is that's your PlayStation Now. Like, that's your Game Pass, which is their current state. So Tier 2 is probably where they're just mixing both, PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now.
Okay.
Tier 3, game streaming, which kind of, this is where the Game Pass stuff comes in. Game Pass has cloud streaming, right?
They
So,
already lost then.
well, so
Yeah.
game streaming currently works on PlayStation Now, but it's only on the console itself. You have to have a PS4 or a PS3 or a PS5 in order to get that.
Also capable on a Microsoft Xbox,
Yeah.
on any current
But-
Microsoft Xbox
Yeah.
consoles.
But the big dog here is that library of classic PS1, PS2, PS3, and PSP games. I know we've talked about this a few times already. Microsoft, when they enabled backwards compatibility, going back to the original Xbox,
Right.
they're not just running an emulator. They emulate the entire OS of the console, because in that way it just runs whatever it wants. There are PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and PSP emulators running on PCs right now, right?
Mhm.
So more than likely, they're just going to emulate these games, because I don't know if Sony's smart enough to actually load the entire PS3's cell architecture into the PS5. I don't know if that's going to happen, but this is where everybody's like, oh, this is it. Like they finally cracked the code on how to load those PSP emulators into the PS5.
But
yeah.
what? No, this is just regular stuff.
So BK says he wouldn't mind playing PS3 games on this, which is fine. Like there are you want to play. Hey, like everybody's talking about this God of War Ragnarok that's coming out. I want to play the entire series, start to end. 1, 2, 3, Ascension, the 2 PSP games, whatever. You can't do that right now unless you have a PS3 or a PSP or a Vita
you have
or something
to
like
do
that.
it on the hardware for most of them.
Yeah.
Or like, hey, everybody's talking about this Metal Gear series. Oh, I can only play 4 on the PS3. You know, it's like this will enable that, which is a great idea. I think Sony's a little late to the party on this one. Like, they should have had this in the works on the PS4.
But they have the following, though. They have the numbers.
They do. Absolutely. This can only help them, but this should have already been in the works years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Not when Game Pass is now at like 25 million subscribers, paying $15 a month, and then Sony finally wakes up and goes, they're making a lot of money. Maybe everybody who's been complaining about backwards compatibility has a point. You know, like, I think it's about time. BK says he wants to play the first Infamous, a game Clay absolutely hates on. Yeah, because that game is trash. That's why, BK.
Look, all right.
The first Infamous and the second Infamous are garbage games. Okay, like, sorry, dude.
They're time wasters. They're
play your repetitive open world trash, where you literally do the same thing over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And then 2 comes out and it's like,
Convince
vampires.
Convince us that it isn't. Tell us that it isn't, and Clay will promptly tell you why you're wrong.
Oh, I will definitely.
But
tell
hold
you
on.
why you're wrong.
Let's get back to the topic. If comments of anything are indicators of what's important to gamers, it's always one of 2 things: price and accessibility, right?
Okay. PlayStation Now is, you can get it on sale, a year subscription for like $40 to $60, something like that. PlayStation Plus, it's another $40 to $60, depending on if you get it on sale or not. I think regular price for PlayStation Plus now is like $70 a year. It's never pay full price for that. It's always on sale somewhere. But right. Is this going to be a Game Pass type subscription where Game Pass, depending on if you're just console, just PC, or Ultimate, it's $15 a month? Is Sony going to follow suit and say $15 a month for PlayStation Infinite, Tier 3, game streaming, backwards compatibility, all that stuff? If they charge more than that, they're only going to look like idiots.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I always feel like they play it safe with these kind of things. Like these so-called leaks are starting to look more like test runs just to see what the heat map looks like and where they would not want to poke the bear that is the gamer. But
yeah, like if they came out or if this leak actually had numbers on it, like pricing, and it said like $30 a month for Tier 3 or something like that, and the internet lost their mind, then they can be like, oh, that's not real.
Yeah.
That's not official. And then they can roll down the price a little bit and then leak it again and see what happens.
That's like 8 revisions ago. We were thinking maybe like 5.
Yeah. Like, we were going to give it away for free, but, you know.
But, you know, due to the cost of other entities we do not control, we had to charge something, guys.
Yeah, like, it is a business, guys, or whatever.
I mean, we're the
Joe
heroes here. They're the villains. Go take it up with them.
We make God of War, so you're welcome, Planet Earth.
Whatever you guys think. For Sony PlayStation console guys, is this something that you're interested in? Have you been dying for this, or did you expect it to be a little bit more organized if this is to be true? Because I have a couple of buddies that they only have PlayStations, right? They only do Xbox, and that they don't do Xbox, and that's fine, but they should have something.
I will say this. I have a PS5. I still have a PS4, a PS3, 2, 1, everything. PSP, Vita, all that stuff. I have everything. I like it. I love the PlayStation. I think it's great. I think Xbox is doing better right now, but this goes back to something we were talking about like a month ago on the show, and that was everything they're doing. If they're going to mix PS Now and PS Plus, that's great. That's what they should be doing.
Right.
If they're going to enable backwards compatibility, that's great. That's what they should be doing. It's going to come down to the game library itself. PlayStation Now's library, it's like 800 games, and 90% of it is shovelware. That is what it's going to come down to. Like, if they come out of the gate and say, yo, we're going to mix PlayStation Now and PS Plus, and it's going to be awesome, and one fee, and you get everything, and it's going to be great. And then Xbox Game Pass is still giving you day one releases. Halo, Forza, Elder Scrolls, the new Doom game, the new Call of Duty, everything, it's day one. You don't get that on PlayStation Now already.
Right.
It's like, is God of War Ragnarok going to be day one? Because I'm a subscriber. Do I get the game? No. More than likely, they're not going to do that. Whenever, like, Naughty Dog mentioned, like, yesterday, they were talking about, like, oh, the future of Uncharted is uncertain right now because they're focusing on other things. And it's like, whenever Uncharted 5 comes out, is that going to be on PlayStation? And
Right.
Probably not.
Right.
Or it won't be for like 2 years, and then it'll come out and they'll go, oh, hey, you can play all the Uncharted games on here now. And it's like, that's great, but like, if I'm subscribing to a service, are you going to give me the same value that Game Pass gives me?
Right. So that makes me wonder, like, now that makes more sense why Microsoft has been buying out so many different studios, and even the companies that own those studios, is because they're great, my opinion, their great formula is we own them. We can do whatever the hell we want. We can do day one releases on a subscription, and it doesn't matter to us because we own the IP rights, and we don't have to pay a secondary.
They don't have to pay to print the discs and ship things and deal with anything like that. They're saving money on that, and the money they get for the Game Pass subscription is paying for everything. So it's
I'd like to give some credit where credit is due, and people might agree with me, they might not, but
I don't agree.
You don't agree with anybody.
No, piece of me, gotta go.
Objection.
So here's the thing. Steam has been doing this for decades.
Right.
And they haven't had to do much. Now, do they own a lot of studios? No. But their business model is to distribute now. It's not, hey, you're waiting for that 3, insert title here. No.
Yeah.
They're, hey, I'm going to get you that game that you want, and I'm going to keep the catalog for you, and I'm going to also include saves for free $99. Why? Because we're PC and we can do that.
Which
You're welcome.
We're going to get to that here. Yeah, but yeah. But yeah.
And I will say this real quick. Dark says, who buys the actual game nowadays? You're talking to the master collector over here.
I do.
He's the physical buyer.
Yeah, dude.
I buy discs. I love physical discs. I love having a big collection. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And he
but
won't do anything to the back of his wall.
Are we still on this?
Yes.
Mel, I'm sorry. I think you left your broken record over here. Hold on, let me get that for you. Hold on. I need to step over this dead horse that was beaten. Okay, hold on. I need to. Yeah.
Let's check
something
in time. Give me time. Okay.
Let's check the chat.
I give you a month.
Chat.
Look,
throw a number.
What was that meme?
In the
What was
chat.
that meme from like Red Dead 2 where it was like, I just need time. You know, it's like, just give me time. It'll happen eventually.
So, chat. Throw a number, a price that you would pay for tier 3 based off of this information. And we'll
JoJo's
see where this goes. But while you're doing that in the chat, make sure that you subscribe where pop. $15, BK Melendez says. That's not bad.
$15, little man.
Put that in my hand. If that money doesn't show that you owe me.
My jungle.
All right. Enough of Jay and Silent Bob.
I love that song. Think I wanna know ya.
All right, so let's move on to that favorite time. It's time for game news, baby.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, game news. You like the Star Wars? I got the Star Wars.
I love the Star Wars, unless you're talking about the Book of Boba Fett, which is a trash TV show.
Oh, have you been watching that?
Yeah, I'm watching it.
And it's
No
hurting you?
spoilers. I haven't seen it yet.
No.
It is not a good show.
BK says it's not trash.
You're already,
we're gonna
you're
have
already
haters.
rubbing people the wrong way. Like you're doing your job. Checks in the
that.
mail.
It is that show. Okay, look, I am a massive Star Wars nerd. That show is pretty crap right now. Okay, it's 5 episodes in, and it is boredom from start to end. Okay, like.
All right.
Okay.
Did you?
We'll
Okay,
get
hold on.
later.
Hold on.
You know what? Star Wars channel on the Discord. Let's. That's not even how you spell it. Okay, like.
It really isn't.
All I'm saying is, if you want to take this outside, meaning Discord, let's do this. Okay,
Ooh.
Star Wars channel. Let's do this.
Oh
We don't even have a Star Wars channel. We'll create one where we could just be like, here's why that show sucks. Unpopular opinion. Here's
at
why
least
Mandalorian sucks also.
Now-
okay.
now- okay,
Like,
okay.
I at least give things a bit of the doubt. Don't even talk about my Mandalorian.
All right.
Don't
hold
you do
on,
it,
hold on,
Clay.
hold on. In Clay's
Ooh.
opinion,
Yes.
is Mandalorian? Where does Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett stand between each other? Because we all like certain aspects of each show, but where does Clay put it at? Perspective. Where do you put both those shows at between each other?
Okay. Mandalorian. Okay. Boba Fett's only 5 episodes in, right?
Sure.
And I'm actually going to say 4 episodes in because episode 5 was literally an episode of The Mandalorian. If you haven't seen episode 5 yet, Boba Fett's not even in it.
Okay.
It's literally the entire episode is, oh yeah, here's season 3 of The Mandalorian, because the entire episode was about him. And it's like, isn't this show supposed to be about Boba Fett?
Yeah, thanks, Clay. You just ruined that for me because like I said, I have not seen it.
Go to StarWars.com. The episode is literally titled "The Return of the Mandalorian." Okay, it's like, that's it. The spoiler of that episode is you're not going to see Boba Fett the entire episode. He is not in it at all. Okay, it's like, and it's
Rob,
like, I think the show is called. Yeah.
Rob says Mando is better, but the history of Boba needs to be told.
It does need to be told, and I agree with that. They're just doing it the wrong way.
Okay.
Like
They're just doing it not the Clay way.
Yeah.
Well, they're doing it very boring. It's like, that show is not exciting. It is just a bunch of talk.
The first episode does seem to be, and I was kind of hoping that the second episode wouldn't be like this, but the first episode feels like always setting up something through dialogue, and I'm
they're
just like,
still doing it. Even through episode 4, it's like,
yeah. Well, here,
hey,
let's take this over to Discord later on,
Yeah.
and then just get through this news article, because we have three confirmed games that are coming out.
3 confirmed.
From EA, which Microsoft is still yet to buy out, so we still have a little bit of time. So let's
There you
enjoy
go.
this article. So
Yeah.
what do we got looking for with this one, Clay?
So EA announced, or EA and Star Wars and Respawn, they announced 3 more Star Wars games, which is interesting. We'll get to that in a second. But those 3 games are, as we knew was going to happen, there's a sequel to Jedi Fallen Order happening, which Jedi Fallen Order was an awesome game. So,
Yes.
yes, please more. There's a first-person shooter being made. That's all we know. It's a shooter. I hope it is not Battlefront 3. I hope it is not like that's
You're
it.
hoping
Like
that
I don't want
that's
Battlefront
not
3.
what they created or what they
I
included
want
in that.
it unless they're going to make a new original game in the Star Wars universe. You know what I'd like to see I'd like to see, hey, reboot Dark Forces. Like
Okay.
or remake Republic Commando.
Joe Dubs, no. We're
Star Wars Battle Royale. That's already happening.
That game,
Star Wars Battle Royale,
that game mode needs to die, but it will never die, sadly.
With battle passes and NFTs, exactly. That's genius right there. The Star Wars Battle Royale isn't that what that Star Wars Hunters game is? That's going to be like the mobile Switch game, like Star Wars Hunters. Like I
didn't
thought
even
that was
hear about that. So
Hunters was announced last year. There was a trailer for it last year, and it's like it's a mobile shooter that is also it's going to be on Switch, and I don't know what else, but like yeah, it's called Star Wars Hunters. Like Zynga's making it. It's a mobile thing.
Zynga,
So,
yeah, mobile.
But yeah, there's that. But yeah, so there's a shooter coming out. Yeah, just don't give us another Battlefront. Like, give us something new or remake an older game that's actually good. Battlefront 2 was a step in the right direction because I actually had a pretty good campaign mode on it, but like, we don't need more Battlefront at this point. Like, just eliminate that. The third one is going to be what they are calling a strategy game. So if it's going to be an RTS or a tactical game or something like that, we don't really know. All they're saying is that they've got Jedi Fallen Order 2, first-person shooter, and a strategy game.
Give me Republic Commando. I'd be happy with that.
Republic Commando is an amazing game. Like, I will forever love that game. I would love to see another one. I think Aspire, who's making the new KOTOR, I think they have the license on Republic Commando right now, so I don't think they could remake it, but I would love to see another one.
Yeah, maybe a different iteration of maybe Mando story or something like that.
Yeah, what I'm interested in is like EA announced this, right? So EA and Respawn announced this. Respawn's on fire right now, so it's like they can do no wrong. But like EA had the exclusive license on Star Wars games for years, and they released 2 Battlefront games that nobody cared about. And then that license expired. What finally kicked them in the butt to say, we should probably make more Star Wars games? For years, when they had the exclusive, they didn't do anything.
Now that
So
it's
why
being
now?
ripped out of their hands.
Now that Quantic Dream is making a game, Ubisoft is making a game, it's like, now that Lucasfilm Games is like, anybody who wants to make a Star Wars game, let's go. Now EA's like, oh, hold on, we should probably do something. You know, like, why
They're gonna pull a
why
Sony.
not 10 years ago?
They're gonna pull a Sony and have several different reboots of Spider-Man, and all of a sudden, just to keep their licensing.
Yeah.
But it is what it
Yeah.
is. I mean, at least we're getting some more games out of it from some semi-decent companies that hold the IP rights.
Yeah. The strategy game, we'll see. The FPS, we'll see. I just want more Jedi Fallen Order. That game was outstanding.
Gotcha.
Highly recommended if you haven't played that yet. If you have Game Pass Ultimate, it's included on EA Play. It was a freebie on PS Plus a while ago.
It is free on Prime. So if you for Twitch Prime, you can actually get it.
For this month, right? It's like doesn't that run out in like 2 days or something like that? So like
maybe.
Yeah. Like Amazon Prime with Gaming with Prime, whatever it is. Yeah, play that game. It's awesome. You're gonna love it.
Claim the game quick.
Yeah,
Star Wars Marvel Smash game. Star Wars tried a fighting game a while ago, back on the PlayStation 1. Star Wars Masters of the Terra Kasi, and it was not a good game at all.
That's probably why I never heard of it anyway. So
It's like it was a 3D fighter, so like picture like Star Wars characters playing Tekken. And it was like it was a terrible game. So I'm okay if Star Wars doesn't go back down the the fighter route. Star Wars versus MK. No, just okay. We're done.
Please stop.
All right, moving. Yeah. Next. Yeah.
All
Next
right.
article.
Let's move on to Blizzard is in the news. They're wanting to create a new survival game. I don't know how I feel about all this now that the whole Microsoft deal is going on, but
I wanted to
shot.
get your opinion on this because regardless of all the bad PR they've been through for the past year, regardless of the Microsoft deal that's happening, Blizzard makes good games, right? Like
Sure, yeah.
they actually make really good games.
Right.
You are a PC survival gamer.
Yes.
So what's like disregarding the bad PR and the Microsoft deal, what like I say, hey Joe, Blizzard's making a PC survival game. What like how does this affect you?
I don't think it does. I think
Okay.
the fact of everything has been shuffled and it's very hard for someone to say, hey, despite take away all the bad PR, take away all the look,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it all in, but I'm just gonna say that because of all this buyout, because of everything that has happened so far with Blizzard, Activision, and everything, all that has been wiped cleaned for me. Not to say that they fixed anything, but that a concussion grenade has been thrown into the office, and we don't know what's gonna come out, right?
Yeah.
So we might as well just take a look, see who survives, and see what happens, and then whatever game comes out, judge it by its quality after the fact. Not with pre-orders, because we're not like that no more. We're not dumb slaves.
Hold on. That being said, Zero actually has a really funny comment. The survival game is based on Blizzard. That's actually like it's like I like that. Two, pre-orders aren't going to be a thing anymore because this is going to.
Damn it, Craig!
For one,
no.
So you mean I need to pre-order? Exactly. But what I was going to say is like this. Okay, for one, this game they're hiring for this game. This is going to be 5 years from now, right? But right. At the same time, it's going to be on Game Pass.
Right.
So
it really doesn't.
It's like, oh, like I can't wait to pre-order. I'm a big Blizzard fan, whatever. None of that matters anymore. It'll be on Game Pass on day.
Yeah.
Like Bobby Kotick is the final boss. He'll be gone by then. Okay,
Yeah.
Like
he'll be like, damn it, Ben, I'm counting my money.
Yes, Jesus, Ben, can't you see I'm busy? Yeah. This is like this game. Yeah, they are hiring for this game. This is going to be like at least 5 years from now.
Yeah. We'll probably see
next year
something at E3 for a teaser
in 3
trailer
years.
with just the title on.
No.
In 2 years.
I'll say this. Okay, I would be very surprised if BlizzCon actually came back. Like, I would be very surprised if we ever saw BlizzCon ever again. It'll probably be in, let's say, 3 years at Microsoft's press conference. Like, they will announce it.
You don't think?
But, yeah.
You think it'll go the way of Minecon, where as soon as they
Minecon is still a thing.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Minecon is still a thing. It still makes money, but Blizzard is in such a fragile state right now. I would be very surprised if BlizzCon came back. But like I said, this game, if there's an early access, that's great. It'll probably be part of Game Pass. It'll probably be like, hey, try out this game, whatever. But like,
why do you think why do you think that the game that they are wanting to produce now is a survival game?
That's what they said.
Yeah, but
why do I think they want to make a survival game?
Yeah,
I have no idea.
It's not like they have.
I'm going to be that guy who goes, I don't like survival games, so I don't really understand what their logic is on this. They're making money. Like, survival games are making decent money. So like, I mean, as you know, like you run a Valheim server, you 7 Days to Die, they're making decent money. I'm thinking Blizzard says, hey, why not jump on that train? Like, Diablo is still like a year away. Overwatch 2 is still a year away. Nobody gives a crap about World of Warcraft right now. It's like, let's do something to bring in some more money.
technically, they
And-
haven't really
yeah.
done a new IP since Overwatch, correct?
Correct.
So
Dota's
they
pretty
could
much the
be
number
trying to-
2 of
Yeah.
real-time strategy. MOBA really.
Yeah.
MOBA. It could be
League's number
like
one.
they did. What was theirs? Heroes of
Heroes
the Storm.
of the Storm.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's dead though. Like it's so
no
like
one plays it.
they killed it. It's dead. It's like
Yeah.
or they stopped
Oh, yeah.
development on it.
I'm just
So
trying to
it's
see
like-
where they're trying to get to and jump ahead. Maybe because they might see something, but that type of game is in a way kind of transforming, right? Because you see games like what New World. New World was supposed to be a survival game. And they and Amazon, I'm not saying that they're giants of the video game industry as it is in the first place, right? But they're giants in their own right. They made the decision of turning that into an MMO. So clearly there's something going on where it's just like, is there a business model that they're really trying to capture, or is it really just, are you going more for the gamer situation where it's like self-hosted, all this other stuff? You're doing peer-to-peer because that's where the industry is staying at, or is it because you see something that's going on that's more than likely going to be an ecosystem later on that takes this IP to the next level, like much like how WoW did in the early 90s or the late 90s to early 2000s, right? So companies think long
Early
term
2000s,
like that. Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like early 90s, like some concepts
Beta.
were started to work out and be like, oh,
I was like,
what are we capable of?
in the 90s, people were still playing Warcraft 2. So it's like,
Right.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
what do you think, chat? I mean, let us know what you think. If you feel like survival is the way to
I
go
think-
past Microsoft's for day one kind of thing, it's like
I'll say,
I don't know.
like, is it a good idea for them to be creating new stuff again? Sure. Blizzard, again, like all the bad press aside and everything, they make good games. But also, over the past few years, they've lost a lot of their like established people who were there.
Right.
So we don't. Maybe all the good talent left already, or maybe all the good talent. Maybe they were fired with all of the bad stuff that was happening.
Maybe they're
You know,
drawing
it's like-
strings and they just said to everybody
Yeah.
in the office, like, what do you want to make?
That could be too. Hey, what's our next game gonna be? And then they took a vote and somebody said survival game. Yeah.
Yeah. Dub says, I think this game, we will see it by 2024, 2026, the latest. Dark says they will use
Yeah.
the gamers' ideas of survival to keep Blizzard alive. The survival ideas you use in the game, they will use in real life. Probably.
Yeah.
But yep, that's the news coming from Blizzard now that they've officially joined Team Green. There's a lot of speculation about whether or not a lot of these titles that are under Microsoft will even make it, because some of these new games and new titles don't really have contracts with Sony at that point.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah, that's. Well, I mean, okay.
You know what
We
I'm
don't
going
know.
with this though?
We don't know. Yeah, it's like Microsoft, like Phil Spencer has not said anything official or definite or anything. The only thing we know is Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 are going to be exclusive to Microsoft, and that means PC and Xbox. That's it. We don't know about Fallout. We don't know about the next Doom. We don't know about Wolfenstein,
Crysis.
Dishonored,
We don't know about
Deathloop 2.
Well,
like
Crysis,
we don't. Yeah. Crytek. But yeah, it's like, well, we don't know. Microsoft could come back and say, right now it's not even official. It's rumored that the next 3 Call of Duties are going to be on PlayStation as well. After that, who knows?
Right.
You know, it makes so much money, they'd be foolish not to put it on PlayStation, right? You know,
yeah.
it's like,
But you know, like that exclusivity that PlayStation has been using for so long as a weapon against Microsoft is now they have an equally large stick to wave. You know what I mean?
I would love for some, like, you know, Phil Spencer and I'm trying to think of who the guy at PlayStation is right now, because Jim Ryan. It's like I would love it like to be the fly on the wall of them like, I'll give you Spider-Man, but you give us Call of Duty. You know, like some kind of like IP negotiation. You know, they're like, it's like, okay, I want God of War also, but you'll then get, you know, Doom and Elder Scrolls and Fallout. You know, like I would love to see that kind of thing happen.
So it's kind of, I would think that whole scenario would be enticing Sony to break up that exclusivity weapon that they've been using for so long, right?
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
I mean, and even look at Sony now. Sony's tossing a couple of titles over to PC gracefully.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And it's just like they're working out. God of War is doing so good on PC that it's just.
I know
like,
we talked about this like 2 weeks ago. Have you all played it on PC yet?
I have not, but
I hear it's like the best PC port of a console game like in the history of video games.
Bro,
it is supposed to be like it is supposed to be so well done that even like integrated graphics cards are running it well.
Graphics. Bro.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? What does that say about Sony PlayStation at that point? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like supposedly Santa Monica nailed it on this PC port.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I give them that. I give them that. The fact that it looks amazing, even more amazing on a PC, on some PCs, is just mind blowing. But at this point, it's just like, do you really have a reason? I mean, the distribution has kind of, the pirating issue has kind of died down a little bit to the point where it kind of benefits you now, because you're getting some honest opinion from real gamers that are purchasing these items, and it's just like it's quality.
PC gaming pirates aside, they will only make money by putting their games on PC.
Right. You're missing out like, an entire market.
It's like, 20% of people pirated the game. And it's like, great, 80% paid for it.
Right.
That's 80% profit that you didn't have before.
Right.
You know, it's like, it is only a win-win at this point.
Right. All right, let's move on to the next one, because my favorite title back in the mid 2000s.
Can your computer play this?
Yeah. No, look.
Can Twitter handle this post?
I don't think.
Okay, like I mean,
I had to close out all my other tabs just to run this tab.
Yeah. my phone exploded in my hand. That's that's what happened. Right?
Oh, great.
So
by the way,
Crytek dished out a teaser trailer for Crysis 4.
Yeah. So, funnily enough, I was trying to get the actual story on this, but apparently, so there's a China's version of YouTube, or like a video streaming service. It's called Bilibili, if you've ever seen that before. And it's like, supposedly this was leaked on Bilibili from somewhere. And then Crytek was basically like, just announce it, quick, put it on Twitter. And it was, because like it was already flowing around the internet. And then they were like, official announcement, Crysis 4 is coming, you're welcome.
This is not good, my Buddha.
Yeah.
Joe, I'm going to harken back to a conversation you and I had about this, because when I had never played Crysis because I didn't have, obviously, a PC that could play it, but when I played Crysis on Xbox, by the way, it's all of them are on Game Pass. If you have Game Pass Ultimate, they're all on there because it's part of EA Play. I played Crysis 1 for the first time ever, and which is the 360 version, not remastered, which I actually have the remastered version for free, but it's whatever. But I'm playing it, and I really only got about 2 hours into it. And I remember asking you about this because you used to talk about it all the time, and I was like, is it just me, or is this game really boring? And you were like, oh no, the game's horrible. It's a graphical powerhouse, and that's why people liked it.
Yes.
And I go, okay, that's great. It's a crappy game. And so, that being said, are we actually excited for Crysis 4 aside from looking at it?
Okay.
you know, like
Sure.
the oohs and the ahs and 8K and 120, 240 hertz, you know, and all that stuff.
Look,
Are we actually excited about this, or do we just want to see what it looks like?
it's not that gamers are excited about it, because even when the original Crysis games were hitting the consoles, not the remasters, not anything, not the HDs
Yeah.
or whatever, but the actual retail versions of it, it was still a technical marvel. Not because you know you were running Crysis on a
Yeah.
console, because you were still running like a lower setting version of Crysis. But the fact that it was capable from an engine
Yeah.
perspective was just
Mm-hmm.
huge, right? So to
Yeah.
me being that very small percentage that is out there who buy these crazy expensive capable computers, I don't know if I should boast or anything, you know me, but I have the latest and greatest graphics card,
Yeah.
but we don't have anything to really like, hey, this is why I'm better than you. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have any title like that. We don't have Crysis title in 2021 that we're just like, oh man, this is a must-have app. But if you take a look at anything that we've had previously before, it always went hand in hand with certain things in the market. GTX 1080 or something like that, running Crysis. There was always a benchmark tied to it. There was always a capability. Can your Samsung fridge run Crysis? You know, it was always something like that that drove sales, and was a basic benchmark for a lot of people. There was benchmarks like what was that one game that AMD used to show off Ryzen? It was just like an RTS top-down game that it was just like a bunch of million different units on the screen, and it was just a benchmark for them, right? This is perfectly aligned again for something that is kind of it was a bad idea from EA from the beginning, but they wanted to see if they could do it, and they had the money, which was, we know that there are PCs out there that can't run this, like a 1% out there that can't run this, but it's going to drive sales, and it's going to drive the economy. It's going to do all this other stuff. But now they're so sophisticated. You have Unreal Engine 5 doing tech demos again with some really high-end or really high anticipated movies, Matrix, for whatever reason they decided to do that. You're starting to see that come back a little bit, and you're starting to see like graphics card companies already announcing their next generation when they're still selling last generations to fill this generation's demand. So it's like, what are we doing here? Because it seems like y'all have a plan for something, but nobody's sharing it out. And the fact that nobody can purchase any next-gen stuff would mean that if you want to play this game at full max, guess what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to go to streaming, because that's where it's capable. That's the only place you can play
That's
it
valid.
at max resolution.
That's valid.
That's the only place you can play it. That's Hey, did you get a 3080, 3090? No.
We just talked about this 2 weeks ago. Go rent you a shield.
Right.
You know, like
Right.
the power shield or whatever, like $15 a day or something like that. Like, you know.
So now the situation is not like, oh well, how will the rural people be able to play these high demand games if they don't have, you know, the ability to get some high-end consoles or hardware or be able to connect because they're in an area they can't connect with bandwidth? They don't care about those. That market is so small for them that they don't care about that. What they care about is providing you a paid service, something that they can quantify every single month. They can't do that if it's a one-time purchase. We just sold you a 3080 or 3090. That's the end of it. See you later. I'll see you whenever there's a new release, and you could just drop down that hand down. No, this is repeatable business that they can actually forecast and say, hey, we got them for an entire year, guys. We know we're going to be making this money, so you might as well continue investing on us. That's what's happening. So you're going to like Rage Pants. I personally know Rage Pants can't afford or doesn't want to afford high-end gear. Does he want to be like this? No. Does he want to be like having all this hardware? Sure. But it's expensive and it's a lot of how-tos, a lot of technical knowledge and all this other crap. But he can't afford that. And the easiest route is, I just want to play them wherever I go. Well, here's the convenience factor. You can play that on mobile game on your mobile phone. Thank you, honey. She got me coffee. You can play that on mobile phones. You can play that anywhere. You can play it on a damn browser at 60 frames per second. And with the advance of AV1 codec, you can now play it at 120 frames per second, so long as the technology continues to go up and you have hardware acceleration on both mobile phones and your computer. AV1 is going to revolutionize the way that we play games because it's just going to be encoding like that. And if we can do that as a technology, there's no need to ever own a graphics card at that level ever again, unless you are living in rural areas. So what has happened is the switch, the bait and switch. You don't no longer need to have, if you're in a high density city, you more than likely have the infrastructure to have high speed internet, right? That's all you need now. That's all you need.
Frank Pants is going after you.
Oh, thanks for letting the world know I'm poor. Man, you're poor because you want to be.
Exactly.
Yeah, I said it. If you need a house, why don't you just buy a house?
Just go buy a house, bro.
Just go buy a house, bro.
I mean,
you're talking to me about poor people stuff. Anyways.
do you even money, bro?
I'm just gonna walk out. I'm not part of this.
Meanwhile, Mel's all like, "Oh, please."
I'm trying to find a home, okay? Damn.
I work 80 hours on a 1 week.
Yeah.
But it's changing, and I think unfortunately, instead of fighting it, it's just gonna happen. And the same people who were complaining about, why does my console has to always be on the internet? Those guys, they're complaining about that, but then they're like, well, I want that quality and I want the 120 FPS, but I don't want to pay a huge starting fee of a Series X. I don't even have a TV that does 4K at 120 hertz. What are you going to do? You're going to go to streaming because it's available everywhere. And all you have to do is buy a $4 little plastic piece that connects your controller to your phone and you're all set to go.
Yep.
This is crazy, man.
So what you're saying is that you're not excited about Crysis 4.
I'm excited to run my 3090s through it.
Yeah.
For 5 minutes.
And then your computer overheats and melts.
And then I do what everybody in the benchmark community does with all their benchmarks. They put it right back into their Steam library, and then that's the last time they'll see of it. That's how that works.
Yeah.
Mel will give you her resignation letter. Reason I don't get paid for this.
Yes, that's whatever, pleb. No, I'm just messing with you. All right, so yeah, Crysis 4. I'm excited for it for the wrong reasons. Mel, Clay, where you at?
Don't care.
I've never played Crysis, so.
Yeah.
I played
the 2 hours I put into Crysis 1 was awful, and I was like, I'm good. I don't need to play it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I saw the console versions. I played them for like a night, right, just to see what they were like. The multiplayer was pretty on point. I liked it, but they pale in comparisons to the PC ports. Even the HD stuff now just doesn't match.
I'm sure, they look amazing and, all that stuff. It's just the gameplay itself was just very, like, bland shooter with the, like, the horrible enemy AI that, like, Far Cry 1 had, where it's like, I'm invisible, and then I stepped on a twig, and I get headshot. And it's like, why does this game have this horrible, like Crytek had horrible enemy AI back then, so it was like,
My favorite games were
I just
always
didn't
the
care.
ones that introduced bullet time and yet had multiplayer. And I was just like
Max Payne 3, bro.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just like, how did you make that work? Because that means you'd be slowing down time for everyone on multiplayer. And then when that happens and throws everybody else off, when somebody activates things, those
Max
were
Payne
always
3
funny.
was a really weird game for multiplayer, but hey, it worked. It was fun.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next one. By the way, Dark, I did not ignore your comment, but I will ignore it for right now. I will handle you later. Thank you.
Exactly.
How dare you? How dare you
sensitive
point
president.
that out? He was looking at the nerd stats on Twitch. It was like, what? This is only 720p. Oh, how dare you?
Dark's going to be sent to the principal's office. Oh
Yeah.
no.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll see you in my office. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so next up, we're going to go back into movie land because yet another video game adaptation is making it onto the big screen, and it's actually number 2 of Mortal Kombat, the some would say very successful adaptation and remake to the original Mortal Kombat, but some will say it was trash.
Hot trash.
Hot trash.
Hot trash. That movie was terrible.
Yeah. Tell us all the ways, Clay. Serenade me with your.
It was just. It's like, if you're gonna make a movie based on a video game, why wouldn't you try to make it like the video game?
Because
It's like-
Hollywood producers don't give a shit.
Yeah, and what was it you said this morning about that new Resident Evil movie, which I still haven't seen? Like, you wanted to bleach yourself or something like that?
Yes.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Did anybody get to see the new Resident Evil? I know Cranky Pants got to see it. His whole. I have his
suffered.
logs.
Yeah.
Joel said
I still haven't
he
seen
set
it.
us up at 45 minutes. I sadly watched that entire thing.
Now
It is
look.
horrendous.
Look. I looked at it. I looked at it from a different perspective. I said, I don't know anything about Resident Evil, and so I'm going to look at it as if this doesn't say Resident Evil, right? When I looked at it as like, I don't know anything about Resident Evil. One, the only thing I can think about is CGI dog
that was
dog
so
foam
bad.
coming out of a dog,
Oh my
and
God.
and I was just like, what is this? And I understand you can't put mouthing foam on a dog, but whatever. That CGI
Again,
was terrible.
The original, the Resident Evil movies, the Mila Jovovich ones, they had better zombie dogs.
Chili Johns.
Shibbadoo.
Shadowy.
I would rewatch those movies over that fucking movie. I'm
Was it
sorry.
that bad?
Yes.
I mean,
I am loving all these comments in the chat, by the way. It's like my TV gave out after I watched it. It's like my TV somehow sprouted arms
Look.
and killed itself. It was like,
don't let Yui Bowl hear you, or he might box you for it. Okay.
I'm just saying, like, that was, actually, so that was Paul Anderson who did the old Resident Evil movies.
Oh, you didn't.
Resident Evil aside, I'm
He
using that
produced
as I'm using that as a comparison here. Mortal Kombat is the same type of thing, though. It's like somebody said, the Paul Anderson movie who made Resident Evil, he did the first Mortal Kombat. He didn't write it, he just directed it. And it was like, that was a great movie. 1995's Mortal Kombat. It was because it was cheesy and campy and it was awesome. But like, then they made a sequel and it was
We
horrible.
were
But,
young.
like,
We were.
but this new one, it's like whoever the screenwriter on this goes like, I'm going to do it right. I'm going to do justice to Mortal Kombat, and you messed it up. Yeah, first we're going to start with this guy Cole, and it was like, who's Cole? Show me the game that Cole is in, and then they go,
Is he-
well, he's not. Okay,
is
at
he-
that point, you throw the script away.
Is
You
he
throw
on
it out the
the?
window.
Is he on the Mugen version of Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, like did you get like a Taiwanese hack or something like that? Like like where is Cole?
Yeah.
in the Mortal Kombat. Well, he's like a descendant of Scorpion, and it was like, no, out, leave.
There is a story already in the game. Take that, adapt it. That's all you got.
Mortal Kombat.
It's
with a C.
Mortal Kombat is. I love it. Look, you want to watch a good Mortal Kombat movie? Go to YouTube and pull up Mortal Kombat 9 movie, and where it's just the cutscenes from MK9. There's your Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah.
You make that, you're good.
Joe Dub says, sarcasm joking, they should have made a sequel to the 90s movies with the same cast, which is old, but in BR format. Drop all them, what do you say, drop all them on an island fight.
I would watch that over the one that came out last year any day of the week. That's it, any day of the week.
Look,
I would love to see that.
Here's where we're gonna separate the gamers from the businessmen. This movie just made money, and so they just want to tap out the rest of your money.
Why do you think there was like 32 Resident Evil movies? Because they made money. Because all the smart consumers out there, you know who you are, because you're the same idiots who go see Fast and Furious movies.
Shut up, Clay.
You just gave yourself away, Mel.
Idiots who watch Fast and Furious movies. That's why they keep being made, because you super smart people go to see them.
Yep.
Stop it. Stop it.
Remember, no pre-orders.
Yeah.
So here's the
There's
thing.
my bet.
Look, it made money. I think Clay's absolutely right. The moment that I gave up was when they started showing the emblems.
I didn't say it. He said it.
They started showing the emblems on their chest, which had nothing to do with anything anywhere in the story. And then all of a sudden I saw Jax somehow just generate different metal arms on top of the metal arms that he had already.
If Jax was one of these like chosen people to have the Arcana power and everything like that, was it just waiting for him to lose his arms? Like, is that how that works? Like, it's like, what? You know, it's like, oh yeah, he has superpowers because he's one of these descendants of Scorpion or whatever like that, and it's like, hey Jax, what's your power? I don't know. Nothing until he loses his arms, and then it kicks. It's like I'm done. Like I'm done. That's it.
Look, the fight scene with Goro was a little lackluster. All of a sudden, Cole just throws some things that
like
are
body armor is his ability or something.
Reactive body armor that
spawns tonfas that he fights. I was just like, okay, this is.
Where is this? Is this like
horrible.
A secret ending somewhere?
This is all bad. This is all bad.
Yeah.
So if you watched the first one, the only good that can come from this is what they led to at the end of the first one, and that's we're going to get Johnny Cage, who should have been the main star of the movie the entire time. That's it. Johnny Cage, best MK fighter of all time. We just need more Johnny Cage. That's it.
I was a little thrown back by what's that guy's name? Cabal. Like, his character was not what I envisioned from the game, even though he had very little dialogue in the game. There was just a personality that I was just like, he's very, I don't know, human-like, and though he used to be like a regular fighter, like now he's just like, oh, I'm still chipper and whatnot in a lot of my dialogues, but I don't have that like grunty lore to me anymore, and I'm just like,
yeah,
who is this person? Because I don't remember this. But whatever. I mean, it is what it is. I give them praise for at least trying, but this is just another cash grab for you guys. If you want to watch it, by all means watch it and pay for it, or don't pay for it. I'm not gonna suggest other things and mediums or anything like that.
Hey Raven. Raven's asking if MK is a part of the DC universe. Technically, they're both owned by the same parent company, and they did that crossover game, like, you know, Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. But
That was special.
aside from cameo appearances, like, you know, fighters who appear in their games, they're technically not in the same universe. They just cross over. Kind of like, you know, if, you know, when like Sephiroth is in Smash Brothers, it's like, you know, it's just like a cameo appearance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on to the next game news article because I
I didn't
believe
mean
that
to post this early.
I think Mortal Kombat is already going to try to milk number 2 here for all it's worth. So Steamworks, your little handheld, you've been asking questions, they've been answering them. That little handheld
Steam Deck.
Yep. It's also going to be receiving dynamic cloud sync, I guess, is part of the big news here. And I didn't think that was going to be a question at this point.
And I honestly, I thought Steam already had this.
Yeah.
And
so
I guess
it's
it was a new announcement. They're doing cloud sync for your save files, which is great because like as a console gamer, like I already have that. You know,
Right.
It's like
Yeah.
when I log in on another Xbox and I launch a game, it just cloud pulls down my save file, and that's great.
Right.
I thought Steam already had this. Was I
yeah,
wrong?
so it's
like,
PC and even like any streaming content already has this. They do almost exactly the same, and they did it first, obviously, but they do the exact same thing as what Xbox is doing right now with their cloud sync for like Infinite.
Yeah.
So it's like it tells you. Even EA has been doing this for a while. They say, hey, your local save is mismatched to your cloud save. Which one you want, right?
Yeah.
Same thing here. Like I don't understand why.
Well, it's like their big announcement was that it's ready for the Steam Deck. So like if you're out on the road or you're at McDonald's or something like that, you're playing your Steam Deck. It's gonna cloud sync your save file. I guess I don't know. I guess I just assumed that was gonna happen anyway. Right? Like I just assumed that this was built-in functionality, not necessarily something requiring a press announcement.
Yeah. If anything, I would have assumed that if you didn't include this, people were gonna yell at you in the first place anyway.
Yeah, like if it wasn't there, people would be like, "Hey, this works on PC. Why is it not working on your hardware?" But I don't know. Like to me, it was just like, "Oh, I thought this was already there." Maybe I was wrong. I don't know.
But yeah, if you've been wondering, like obviously you're gonna need some internet for this kind of situation. But if you're roaming around or whatnot, just pull out your hotspot on your phone and just download your save game. You're done, right?
Connect to that super secure free Wi-Fi at the gas station.
Yeah.
You know.
Nobody's really, sniffing out packets there anyway. So
Exactly.
Why
You're
even
fine.
worry
Don't
about
worry
it?
about it.
It's all right. All right. Let's go on to the next one because after that, I believe it's the biggest news of the year, even bigger than Microsoft's huge buyout. That amazing game from Ubisoft, Hyperscape.
Oh, Joe, I love that game. It is the single greatest Battle Royale ever made.
I thought it was the first
It
Battle
has
Royale.
such a huge following. This thing has a bright future ahead of it. I mean, so many people play it.
I invested money into
Like,
it.
what is Fortnite, bro? Like that. Like this is who PUBG who?
Yeah.
Sorry. PUBG Battlegrounds who? Like Hyperscape is you kill things, you get your crown. This is game of the century right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's dead now, and
What?
yeah,
What?
yeah. Ubisoft
No.
is pulling the plug on this.
No.
Yes, all those millions and millions of people that have been playing Hyperscape have been caught off guard, and now they're closing it out.
I thought Hyperscape died a while ago. Yeah, we all did.
Hyperscape.
When this announcement came out, I was like, and it was literally like, because we were joking about Hyperscape a few weeks ago because Ubisoft announced like another battle royale that they're making, and it was like, wait, don't they already have one?
Yeah.
And it was like, don't they already have Hyperscape that nobody plays? And
Yeah.
it was like, yeah. When they announced this on Twitter the other day, it was just like, you don't say.
Yeah.
Like the game, like this was just throw this on the pile of Ubisoft trash.
Yeah.
Like
Well, even if you take a look at
Yeah.
the game, like a lot of the game kind of hid the inability to create quality content behind
Yeah.
we're futuristic, so we don't add textures to anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it looks like an untextured piece of crap every single time. Like I even loaded it, I was just like, I understand you're going for that glassy look, but you're not even putting any effort into this that much. And
Yeah.
even then, it's like, it's not fun. I don't know what I'm doing, and half the time when I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing, I'm already getting killed before even the battle royale is even allowed me to do it.
It was, yeah. This game was doomed from the start. It's like nobody cared about this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's-
I think that's the rule, though, for a lot of companies, and I think that might be the reason why they're killing this off. Besides the trying to make something, you know what I mean, trying to make something work. Because even Twitch was just like, stop trying to make Hyperscape a thing. It's not going to be a thing.
They wanted to throw their hat in the ring and try to get that Fortnite money, right? Like, and the game wasn't quality from the start, so it didn't matter.
Right.
You know?
And so with that being said, it's just like, all right, fine. They're gonna throw it away, but they did announce another battle royale, and I think that's the rule here. I mean, if you're gonna be pushing a battle royale with a whole bunch of microtransactions, you can't really have two competing ones. So you might as well start off with just one and see how that does. And then if the formula works and if it sticks and you get the amount of and you get the data and the followers and the community and everything that works, just stick to that battle royale. Don't try to make anything other than just that one battle royale that competes with some other battle royale that you own. That doesn't make any sense. But I just think they went bad with this one. And
I'm trying to remember what the other one they had was. I forgot what it was. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't
But yeah,
know.
Joe
Whatever
Dubs
it
does
was.
agree. Hyperscape was trash, and that is the last thing we'll ever have to say about it, because I don't think they'll
Yeah.
ever bring this back.
No, it's
Ah.
gone. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, after that one, I believe NFTs is back in the news because gamers don't really understand NFTs according to Ubisoft.
Okay. The link, which if Mel, did you put that link in the chat already?
Not yet. Let me miss 1 second.
It's
or so.
actually so there was this interview with
Yeah.
the NFT people who create they work on the Quartz NFT system that Ubisoft does, which is not making a lot of money, by the way.
Yeah.
Go figure. Because gamers don't get it. But it's like this interview. It's actually an interesting read, and it's not just Ubisoft is bagging on gamers like you all don't get it. It's the way they are answering these questions. It's like the interviewer he's coming from the opinion of the gamers. It's like, people don't seem to like this. What are you going to do about that? And they're not just taking the super defensive point of, oh, that's because you don't understand it. It's like they are actually intelligently trying to explain why this is a good thing. So good for them. All power to them for actually not just coming across like you're just money hungry and the pyramid scheme that is NFTs, because it is. But like they are coming across like they come across as intelligent on this, which is great because they should be. It's like it isn't just people saying buy NFTs because it makes us money. It is a good read. I would recommend this interview to anybody, but at the same time, all of that being said, you could sit down and tell me like, here's why they're a good thing, and here's like, we're empowering you to make money off of this kind of stuff. Video game player here, I just want to play a game. When I play Splinter Cell, I just want to play Splinter Cell.
But Clay,
I don't want to be in the blockchain and create and all that stuff. I just want Sam Fisher to kill a guy and sneak around. That's it.
so
I just want to play a video game.
okay, fine. For everyone still in the chat, because I've had friends ask me about NFTs, right? And how it could be lucrative, how it could be this and that, blah, 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 blah. But here's the thing. There's not enough security for you to be throwing out money for NFTs right now if you don't have the capital for making those risks. And even then, for NFTs specifically, you shouldn't be making risk on NFTs with that level of money unless it's throwaway play money, right?
Yeah.
Because at that point, it's like you're just making basic financial decisions that are a no anywhere, hard pass anywhere. If it's NFTs, Bitcoin, it doesn't matter. Anything that is brand new currency, unless you're playing with play money, which is extra money that you don't need to live, you shouldn't be doing this stuff at all, because you might just come out of it with a really bad experience to where when it does hit, if it does hit, I'm not saying it won't hit, you no longer are a viable player in that whole entire universe. You have shelled out your money to be the beta tester in the very beginning, right? So you might as well build that foundation of, and again, this isn't money, financial bull, like I'm not trying to give you any of that stuff. And Cranky Pants is gonna tell you, like, I just wanna make money. Like, I'm just telling you, be smart with your money. Okay? That's all I'm saying. But
Did you watch the new South Park, by the way?
Yes. And that's where I was just like, they hit it right on the money, bro. They hit it like what was that guy's name? Chaos?
Victor Chaus. Vic Chaus. Hey guys.
Bro, if you haven't seen the South Park COVID episode, what was it? It was a movie or whatnot?
The Return of COVID or something like that. It's like, it's 2 1-hour episodes that are called post-COVID. Like there's post-COVID and then post-COVID, the return of COVID.
Yeah.
That's Vic Chaus.
Yeah.
Talking everybody into investing in NFTs. It's like, it's so funny, but it's like,
but that's literally the explanation that I wish I can give all my friends. It's like, I want you to succeed. I do, but I'm telling you right now is probably not the best time. You think you're getting in early. Those people have been in this game brainwashing people since the very beginning to make it viable. That's why.
Did you see the and I saw this on Twitter, and it was like Jimmy Fallon on his show like last week or something like that. He had Paris Hilton on there, and apparently she's really into like crypto and stuff, and like she's like an expert on crypto and stuff. They were talking about these NFTs that they bought, which is that the ape, but she had hers, and then Fallon showing off his ape, which is an NFT. And it's like, I loved it because it was like, you could not pay him to look interested. He was like, yeah, here's the one I bought. It's an ape. Got a shirt.
Yeah.
It was like, he looked so just like, why are we talking about this? Like, this is stupid.
Look,
this is stupid. I wasted money on this.
The best way that I was even closely excited about NFTs is that I would have DLC that had a value that once I'm done playing with it, whether in-game or just having it in my collection, that I would be able to trade up for something that carried stats with it. Now, if there's value in stats for a game, sure. I'm not paying $40,000 for those stats. I'm paying $350. You know what I mean? Like
$350. I did about $350.
Yeah. Like look, they're showing off ammo or weapons and skins and all that other stuff. If they come with stats that I must have, then that will show the value of the game and speak more for the game than it really does for the item. Not necessarily what you have, but like if you have a killer game, let's say Ready Player One is in that whole entire spectrum, right? Like that's what we're talking about. It has a cult following where the entire world is enslaved into playing this video game, and they have DLC that, like, hey, I have the Iron Giant. That was a good move, because for me, Iron Giant is not about, oh, I have the stats of the Iron Giant. For me, it's like, holy crap, I own the IP, or not necessarily IP, but the likeness of the Iron Giant in this universe. That makes sense. The DeLorean in Ready Player One, bro. Like, I'd be the one who's like, okay, $5,000. If I'm the only one who has a DeLorean in this game, $5,000. I'll do it, right? But the entire ecosystem of this game, everyone plays it. Yeah. If we get to that point, notice how developed that game was in the movie, and notice how everyone in real life was in a double wide trying to buy food and trying to do all this. It's a very grim story, and I think they didn't touch up on that enough in that movie for y'all to really pay attention, because all you were like, oh, did you get to see RoboCop in that background? Did you get to see this and that and this? And I was just like, bro, do you see how they're like having financial problems in the real world, and they're talking about trading up their pads to be able to play this game? Do you not see what the problem is? So for me, it's like, cool that you have that item, but is it worth that amount of money and possibly debt? I don't think so. Not right now, anyways. And maybe not even ever. Who knows? But just be smart with your money. I don't know. Clay, Mel, what do you think?
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down? Mel?
I'm not for NFTs, so don't look at me.
If the metaverse becomes a thing, because several companies like Facebook are trying to make it a thing.
NVIDIA is trying to be a
you could make the case that, like, let's say you're an artist, you paint or whatever, or you're a graphic designer, you make bat women like Mel here,
I'm not a bat.
Sure. You're a goat bat, right? So you create that VTuber skin. NFT will allow you to actually sell that to somebody and make money.
Right.
I get that.
Yeah.
I just want to play a video game.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, if you want to be an artist and have your Etsy page and have NFTs tied to it and all that stuff, more power to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just want to play a video game. So leave all that crap out of my video game.
So Clay, would you say that if this hits, there you go, Tom. Would you say that if this hits, that we are now the boomers of the video game age? And NFTs...
I am totally, dude. I have fully accepted boomer status when it comes to this stuff. Like, I am the boomer who goes, back in my day, games didn't need a day one patch. Like, you bought a game, you put it in, and it played.
If it sucked, it sucked.
And we didn't even need internet. We had something called the Sega Channel.
We had Sega Channel. It went through the TV, and it was it's.
We paid once, and there was no day one patch.
That was it. It was like I am that gaming boomer who remembers the good old days, Yeah. But yeah, it's like, like I said, NFTs. If you want to create and you want to help and you find NFTs as a valuable way for you to get paid for something that you made, more power to you. Be that what are they called? Entrepreneur, Be your own business person. Do whatever you want to do. I just want Mario to save the princess. Yeah, that's it. Like, I don't need any of that crap in my face when Mario is saving the princess.
Yeah, I think the whole fact that entire governments banded together at the very beginning to do away with what was the beginning of gambling and gaming, brought forth this whole entire NFT situation with the blockchain. I think I think governments, when they finally caught on and they saw the destructive nature of addiction, with, you know, kids stealing their parents' credit cards and purchasing a whole bunch of FIFA stuff where they knew they weren't going to get refunds back, just brought a whole bunch of, you know, crap into video gaming. And now this is the legal way of them making that extra money, where it's no longer like, fine, we did away with the randomness of you having to own that special thing, but instead we're going to get into the Etsy version of video games where we make the most obscure thing that is the highest value, and then you decide what the value of that is to you. Whether or not you purchase it or not, there's somebody who's going to buy it, right? So if that person buys it, doesn't matter what you think the value is, it matters to that person what that value is.
Yeah.
Is having a Mechagodzilla, you know, one of a kind in the game? Well, that depends on how many people play that game. That depends on how many people find value in that.
Which kind of goes back to what we were talking about when they first rolled out, like when Ubisoft first rolled out their NFT system. It was like, they said they're starting this with Ghost Recon Breakpoint. And it was like, not that many people play that game.
Great title.
Yeah. It's like, what are you, like, that's maybe not the right starting point. A game that is already hated because of its amount of microtransactions.
Right.
And then you put NFTs on top of it. It was like, wow, you guys really missed the ball on that one. Right?
Yeah,
like,
because
geez.
if we look at the rise and fall of loot boxes, it really wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
It was a year, 2 years ago when they started to create rules and be like, nope, this ain't gonna happen. Disney got involved, EA got involved. A lot of things changed really fast to the point where it went into somebody's pockets, and then all of a sudden now it's like, we need something new because we're not making the quota that we stated all our shareholders were going to make. So now we have to think of something brand new that the gamers will also might enjoy. But we have to sell it as they're too dumb to understand this right now, so they need to get smarter by buying our NFT, and then they will understand.
Exactly.
Fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on to our last one, because our last one is kind of again another end of an era kind of situation. This is kind of a follow-up to something we talked about a few months ago. Hey, thanks for the follow, Joe Numbers. I'm surprised.
Hey, Joe Numbers.
I'm surprised you weren't following already.
I know, what
you
a
did
dick,
purge.
right?
we did purge all the bots, so we kind of had to do all that. So.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah. Whatever, Joe Numbers.
If anyone wants to follow us, we purged our followers. Thanks for posting that.
How dare you? How dare you not have been following us this whole night? Just kidding. You are, aren't you a bot? Hence numbers in your name. Like, I mean, that is science.
Suspicious.
Okay.
Technically, you guys are the one who coined his name, because
I was like, technically we named him that. So it was like Joe 33345 or something like that, and it was like, Joe Numbers, got it. Okay.
That's what it said on the EXE, so that's what I did.
Exactly.
The great purge.
But yeah, so this is a follow-up to something we talked about a few months ago. Sega, you know, like with the world as it is, Sega had a booming arcade business in Japan, and they sold because of just necessity. They had to start closing down arcades and everything like that. They sold, like, previously, like the majority of their company to this. It starts with a G. I forgot what it was called, but it was like this other company.
Genesis.
And now,
No.
yes, no, it's yes. They sold the Sega to the Genesis. Yeah, so they they basically have announced that they are selling the rest of the arcade arm of their company to this other company, and that company's going to keep the arcades open. They're going to rebrand to like whatever their company's called. I forgot what it's called. It's in the article. Just whatever.
But part of their success is the brand Sega. You know what I mean? So it's like
yes. But yeah, this is, as you said, this is like the end of an era. So Sega has been in the arcade business for over 50 years in Japan. So this is literally like, are those arcades going away? That's for the future to tell. But for now, Sega is done. They are like, this is kind of a big deal for like retro game people, like myself, because like Sega has always been around, right? Like Sega's like, they're not going anywhere. Sonic games are still coming out. Yakuza games are still going to be made, things like that. But it's this like, you won't be able to go to like Akihabara in Japan and see the giant Sega logo on the side of a giant arcade.
Well, that also makes me wonder because a lot of the games inside these arcades are going to be Sega-owned games, right? So what are you going to do when
the games are probably still going to be there. It's just Sega's not taking your money anymore.
But then you have to ask yourself, okay, whenever a company goes through, okay, we're doing away, we're gonna cut the fat. That's only because they're prepping for something else most of the time.
I think. Well, they were keeping these arcades open that were making no money. So this was literally them saying, this is an area that we're not making money anymore. Close it down. So it's like. And this other company says, we'll take them, bro. We got this.
Right.
It's just Sega themselves. They were probably, like losing so much money on lost income from keeping these arcades open during the pandemic that it came to the point where they go, we have to cut it.
They kind of did. They kind of did like the reverse of a Konami. They instead of Konami, like, giving up on the casino stuff, which they make a lot of money on.
Apparently, Arcades don't make money. Pachinko machines do.
I don't.
There you go.
I don't understand how that works, but whatever. Yeah. To me, like, I have been having my deep thought in where we live here in Las Vegas, and I have been thinking about what is the future of casinos and brick and mortar gaming areas and all this other stuff where it's legal, right? And just everything inside me is saying my generation is starting to become the boomers now. The generation Gen Z or whatever are starting to get into their 20s and whatnot. I just don't see them coming here and spending money. Unless you're driving an experience rather than a poker game box, why? Right? You've already gotten that generation used to the convenience of at home for regular games and putting games online, that I just don't see Nevada as a whole, or even just Las Vegas, being the mecca of entertainment capital unless you're focused solely on entertainment. And that's the thing that I don't think this next decade is going to be.
Okay.
NFT gambling table? Please don't give them ideas. They're watching.
No.
Just leave, bro. All right, that's it. It's
these guys used to work at ITs for these casinos.
Please.
So don't give them ideas.
He still does.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I still do. Yeah. And so it's like, for me, it's like
everything Joe's saying, disregard. Please come to Las Vegas and spend your money.
Sure.
I hear blackjack pays out all the time.
Yeah.
I hear craps is the way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, do you agree with me? Yeah, Clay used to be in the same industry as I used to be, and he luckily got out and went into a much more stable industry, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, I kind of wonder sometimes, like, are they listening? Because you can throw technology at the wrong things and still think that you're doing the right things. But this generation does not care for pulling a lever. They don't care for none of that crap. They don't care even if you brand it something that they like Game of Thrones, friggin'
Video poker.
Video poker. Like,
Yeah.
they don't care about that, bro. They care about experiences. If you can give experience, then you will stay on top. If you throw technology behind it, you will stay on top. Or you can just become Sega. You can just do what Sega just did.
Yeah.
Because
like they are adapting to the current situation.
So I look at it like it's time to change and time to throw back technology behind anything that you're about to present. The great thing about it is some companies down here are actually doing the right thing. They're throwing some entertainment into it. There's the MSG or MGS Sphere that's being
MSG.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they're creating an entire experience off of that. Just be able to have entertainment with casino industry kind of taking a back seat more so now. But still, you're gonna have to change it up in my eyes just to make it something that people would actually get out of their houses right now. A pandemic aside, get out of their houses and drive 2 hours from either California or however hours it would take you from the East Coast to get here just to play or experience something that you can't get at online or at home. And trust me, there's a lot of casinos out here that are pushing for online play and sportsbooks online. So what does that say about cities like Las Vegas, cities like Reno? You know, what does that say about companies
Come to Vegas and spend money.
Yeah, please come to Vegas. You know what I want?
Joe needs to keep his job. Come to Vegas and spend money.
You know what I want? I want tech companies like Intel to do what they did with Idaho and start a fab. Start 2 fabs. You know, start silicon. We have plenty of sand. Take all of our sand. Please take all of our sand. And just start bringing the tech companies so we can take advantage of your chips and just have our supply chain here and be done with it. And that's where I think we should be at. But that's my rant aside. Taking a note from Sega, I think they're doing the right thing. If it's not making money, then it doesn't make sense, and you need to move on. So
absolutely.
Let's.
It sucks. End of an era, all that stuff. But they are adapting to what they have to do.
Right.
That's fine.
Right.
Yeah.
And with that being said, that is the end of game news this week. Joe Numbers does say, I'd love to see manufacturing in the USA. Yes, TSMC.
I work at a manufacturing plant, so
yeah.
So.
We need to get back to manufacturing on a 3.0 level, and I think the fact that TSMC and Intel have promised multi-billion-dollar deals within the U.S. and fabs here is only the start of that, because having them overseas is obviously just creating a bottleneck for us here.
Yep.
From just a supply and demand perspective. But yeah, I would definitely love to see Nvidia, Intel, TSMC, AMD start having their fabs, here in the US, so that way we can stay on top of everything else that we've been obviously not doing great at.
Yeah.
I think that's a fab idea.
Clay does these dad jokes, and Norm just needs to get to the point where he's just like, I understood that reference. I understand that.
He'll be the Captain America of the group.
I understood that reference.
These are the jokes, kids. All right, let's get on with it. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Joe Numbers showed up. As always, we appreciate our triple OGs, and anyone else that has already been a long-time member of the Nerd Junkies community. As always, join us up on the Discord. We talk a lot there. I'm going to change it up.
Anybody want to talk Star Wars?
Yes.
Okay.
If you want to do rants, go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm not even going to try. I've
We're
given
going to
up.
talk Boba Fett, Mandalorian, all the problems they have. Screw Baby Yoda. Let's do this.
I don't even know why they keep on saying that. It's like, it's not Baby Yoda.
It's Grogu.
Yeah, I know it's Grogu,
Yeah.
but it's like,
Yeah. And
People
by
were
all
like,
means,
I can't believe Grogu's not there anymore. And it's like, good. The show's called The Mandalorian. All right.
I will give it up for the Mandalorian. That end episode where the Scott,
Don't
or
But
make me cry.
the
it's been
the final
months.
episode of season 2 where spoiler alert happens was great.
Yeah. It's been
Oh,
months.
that's the only thing that you liked, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Right.
book
Yes.
of the book of
Yeah,
Boba Fett
that-
starring Mando.
That new TV show, The Book of Mandalorian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and hey, Boba Fett's there in the background. All right.
Yeah.
Dark, get out of here. Nope. I
Yeah.
don't need you here. Nope. Out.
Yep. All right. Join us up on our Discord. You can always find us nerdjunkies.com/Discord. It'll take you right there, and when you join our chat, there's categories for everything. And if there isn't a category that you need, we'll put it up. Just let us know. One of the admins will let us know, and then we'll add it if it makes sense. We already have a
Well, I
not safe for
will
work
ban you.
one, so I covered like 90% of it. All right, let's get out of here, everyone. Thank you. We'll see you next week. Same time, same
Bye.
channel, 12 noon
Adios.
Pacific.
Bye.
Later. Bye.
Bye. I was waiting for it.
Every time.